Hey guys, it's Lexi. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be walking through the absolute best of beauty so far this year and what I've been reaching for constantly. As someone who does makeup every single day and creates content all the time, these are the products that I constantly reach for and the ones that prove time and time again how amazing they are. This might be a lengthy video, so grab a drink, grab a snack, grab your cat, grab whoever. Let's just relax, chill, talk about some makeup favorites, and get into it. Before we get into this video, make sure to subscribe and follow along. Let me know what type of content you want to see. I love and I'm open to all ideas. To start this video, for reference, I have normal skin. In the winter, it can lean a little bit drier, but overall it's normal. It doesn't lean oily, it doesn't lean too dry. I can do a separate video on skincare specific products like my skincare routine and things like that, but I'm going to keep this video to skin prep in the sense of skin prep for my makeup base. I absolutely love starting with the Rhode Glazing Milk. A really nice affordable alternative to the Rhode Glazing Milk is the Bioma Milky Toner. These are both really wonderful. As a first step in your makeup prep, these will make your skin look really beautiful, really hydrated, and they're really wonderful for that initial first layer of your makeup base. Now, primers themselves, I'm normally not a primer person. This is actually the primer that made me fall in love with primers again. This is the iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer. Filter in a bottle. It is so beautiful. It makes your skin look radiant, but without looking greasy or oily or anything like that. Really beautiful texture, and it lays on the skin and makes your skin feel just velvety smooth and just provides that really nice underglow to the skin. The name is very fitting. A couple of new primers that made their way into the routine are the Dominique Cosmetics primers, Cooling Blur Matte Primer, and the Moisture Grip Serum Primer. I've been gravitating towards this one a little bit more because I like a flawless blurred matte base. If you're someone with normal to oily skin, you will love this. If you're someone with normal to dry skin, you will love this. As I said earlier, I have normal skin, so both of these work really nicely for me, but they are just phenomenal. Here are some skin tints that I absolutely adore and have been loving this year so far. The Hourglass Cosmetics Hydrating Veil Skin Tint. This one has been a favorite of mine for over a year now. It is so good. It's hydrating, but it's not overly hydrating. I feel like if you even have skin that's more on the oily side, this could work for you. I do think it's best for normal to dry skin types, but it's not overly glowy and overly hydrating. Now, on the contrary, if you don't want something super hydrating, you want something more blurring and matte, the Kylie Cosmetics Skin Tint Blurring Elixir. I have been non-stop reaching for this. I picked this up probably 2 weeks ago. It is so good. It lays on the skin and quite literally deletes the appearance of your pores. It is fantastic. Also, I talk a lot with my hands, if you can't tell, so sorry in advance for that. This is brand new. This is from Versed, and they're releasing this in a few days. By the time I post this, it might be already out. Versed Multi-Serum Skin Tint. The reason I like this one is it has SPF in it already. This is a really great one and done skin tint because, again, it has that skincare in there. It has that coverage in there. This is really lovely. This definitely provides a more glowy, hydrated appearance, so if you're into that, highly recommend checking this one out. Now for foundation, I have two that I've been gravitating towards a lot over the past couple months. The Basma Beauty Foundation Stick. If you want that blurred skin-like base, this is going to be a lovely foundation stick. I'd say it has a medium coverage. It leans a little bit more on the light to medium coverage, but it is really nice. You can build it up. Actual formula, it's so soft, and it blends beautifully. A cult favorite, the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I need a new one. This one is really old, but I still have been reaching for it. I probably shouldn't be, but it is that good. It really gives you that silky skin-like appearance. I would say this is more of a satin finish, so it would work for a lot of skin types. We have concealers next. I have a few concealers that I gravitate towards. The Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. I mix this with every one of my other concealers. For some reason, this plus another concealer in my collection makes for the best concealer cocktail. It is so good. This one definitely has a more full coverage finish, and it is, I'd say on the satin side, it's hydrating, but it doesn't come off super dewy. And then the Lancome All Over Concealer. This is probably the one concealer I would recommend for everyone. It works on dry skin types, oily skin types, any skin type. This is probably one of the best concealers I've ever tried. It is a tried and true. I always reach for it. It's one of those concealers that I can use and I know will never do me wrong. It is so good. Recently, I've been reaching for the L'Oreal True Match Serum Concealer as well. It is a serum concealer. It doesn't have that light of coverage. I'd say it's leaning towards medium, but the finish of this is really beautiful. I will say with this one, it dries down quicker than my other concealers do, so you have to work a little bit quicker with it. the NARS Pot Concealer. If you are someone who likes to spot conceal, this is the one. I'll also say that this lasts quite literally forever. I've had this for so long and it looks like I've barely touched it, like barely. Moving on to contours, the Westman Atelier contour in shade Biscuit. If you are looking for a really cool toned, true cool toned contour, it is the most beautiful, true cool toned contour I've tried. The Victoria Beckham Contour Stylist. I've been reaching for this constantly. This is a contour stylist. I picked mine up in a shade that was a little bit too warm for me, so I use it as bronzer. The one way I really enjoy using this is contouring the bottom lip line and also the Cupid's bow. It makes for a naturally fuller looking lip, so I really have been enjoying this. For our bronzers, the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. I've hit pan on this. It is so good. It is quite literally just your skin but better. It warms up the skin in the most skin-like way I've ever seen out of a product. I will say this leaves a dewy finish, but you can set it with powder. It is wonderful. I have mine in the shade light medium. I think once this is fully finished, I'm going to grab one shade darker for my skin tone. This is a recent new find for me, the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzers. I've heard people say that it's a dupe for the Makeup by Mario. I can confirm it is not a dupe. This one has way more pigment. This one is much more of a skin-like finish. This one you have to be careful. There's a lot of pigment, but the finish of it and the way it blends out is so beautiful. I really like this. If you're looking for a good drugstore option, this one is great. Blush, I mean, where do I start? Blush is probably the hardest category for me to narrow down always. Let's start with the Huda Beauty blush filters. These are actually the new shades she's dropping on the 20th of February. We have Intense Guava Bubblegum, and we also have Sunset Lychee. These are so beautiful on the skin. When I tell you they're so beautiful, they're so beautiful. These leave your skin with the most blurred effect. They have very finely milled micro pearls in the formula. You will see a little glitter in there. These come off like that really subtle sheen or that subtle glow. They lay on the skin beautifully. They filter your skin. Of course, we have the Patrick Top Blush Duos. These are so good. The one I've been reaching for the absolute most out of all the shades I have is She's Seductive. It's this really beautiful, barely there nude shade. It has very subtle peach hint to it, but it's still that beige shade that I absolutely adore. I actually find myself reaching for the cream side of his duos more than the powder, but the cream, they're both beautiful. The shade She's Seductive, it's so good. Lastly, for blushes, the Merit Flush Bombs. I have so many of these. These are so good. If you want that natural blush, something that you would just swipe on the cheeks, blend out really quickly, just gives you that, you put yourself together, but you didn't take too long, that really quick, natural makeup look, these Merit Flush Bombs are so good. The ones that I've been enjoying in particular are shade Beverly Hills. I reach for this one all the time. Again, it's that really nude, barely there blush that I absolutely love. And then shade Postmodern, which is a more deeper shade. It is beautiful. It's more of like a deep red brick berry. I love Merit. All their products they put out, they're one of my favorite brands. They make really high quality products and they are just absolutely beautiful. If you haven't tried the Flush Bombs, highly recommend. I only have one powder blush to recommend and share with you as my beauty favorite because one I reach for constantly. It's the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Divine Blush in the shade Flirtatious. It is this beautiful, again, barely there nude blush. You guys can tell I like my barely there nude blushes. This one is so good, and this one lasts, like I'm wearing it actually right now. This one lasts all day. Like you put this on your face and it's going to be there all day, even though it is that nudier, beigeier shade. It will look like this all day. It's so good. For setting powders, these are my two absolute favorites. The Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder in the shade Neutral Light and also Fair Pink. You want a blurred under eye, you want a blurred under eye, but you can still see that skin-like sheen poking through. I don't even know what else to say about them. They're so good. They're the best setting powder on the market in conjunction with the Huda Beauty Baby Bake Cherry Blossom Cake Setting Powder. I have the little version. This is filter, blurred. You won't see your skin. It's gonna be matte. It's gonna be blurred. This is that. So if you want something with more of a skin-like finish but still blurred, opt for the Makeup by Mario. If you want something that is blurred and filtered, opt for the Huda Beauty. Mascaras. The YSL Lash Clash Mascara. This is going to provide length and volume. It is going to make your eyelashes look absolutely beautiful. This is probably my #1 mascara of all time. It is so good. The Rare Beauty Mascara is also going to provide that length and volume. This one provides just a little bit more volume, but this one is also really great. I alternate between these two quite often. And then for drugstore, the Milani Highly Rated Lash Extension Mascara. The only difference with this one is it's a tubing mascara. I actually really enjoy tubing mascaras because they come off really easily at the end of the day. This one is going to provide length. This is solely what this one is for, in my opinion, is length. You will get a ton of length with this, and it's also on the more affordable side, which is great. You want those wispy lengthened lashes, this is your gal. Now for eyeliners, the YSL Beauty Lines Liberated eyeliner. I use mine in the shade Unbridled Black all the time. Anytime I do one of my sultry makeup looks, this is the black I'm using. I get quite a lot of questions about which one. This is the one that I found lasts the longest in my eye. It is the richest, it's the darkest black. The Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal eyeliners as well are really wonderful, specifically in the shade Cocoa. It's this really deep but beautiful brown cocoa shade. What I really like about these is that you have time to blend them out with the little other side, but once they are set, you're set. And this is just a really beautiful brown. I'm wearing it in my waterline right now. If you want something a little bit less intense than a black, this is a really lovely formula. I definitely want to try more shades of this. For brows, I keep it really simple. I either go in with a brow powder of some sort, or I will take this Morphe brow pencil. I've been using this for, it feels like a decade, but probably like 6 or 7 years. This is a really great affordable brow pencil that is creamy, but not too creamy where it's going to glide off. It is the perfect consistency. And then for brow gel, the e.l.f. Cosmetics brow gel. This is so good. It doesn't leave any sort of like white flakiness on your eyebrows, which I love, and it keeps them held in place all day long. I love this, and it's really affordable. We are at the finish line here. Lastly, we're going to talk about lip products. So starting with lip liners, I have tried a lot of lip liners in my day. These are the formulas that I love the most. Hands down, the Victoria Beckham Beauty Lip Defining Contour Crayon. So what I'm wearing right now, this contours the lips so beautifully. It is My Lips But Better. This is the perfect shade for me. This is shade 2. It is so good. I kid you not, everything Victoria Beckham Beauty makes is so good. She never drops the ball. This is the Victoria Beckham. Then we have the Rimmel London lip liner in shade Cappuccino. This is a fan favorite for a reason. Rimmel London shade Cappuccino. This really beautiful cool toned brown shade. I wear this all the time. Anytime I do a cool tone look, this is the lip liner I reach for. It's just that perfect cool tone brown. Then we have the Maybelline Lifter liners, specifically in the shade On It. But this one is so long lasting. It's probably one of the more long lasting lip liner formulas I've tried. So good. I have to pick up more shades, but again, this one's the shade On It. The RMS Beauty lip liner in shade Nighttime Nude. This is like a mix between a pink and a brown, but I love the formula on the RMS Beauty lip pencils. They are wonderful as well. The Glossier lip liners, I don't want to swatch these because they take forever to come off. Like, they're really long lasting. I have mine in the shade Black Cherry. I'll swatch it for you. It's so beautiful. Like, once this is on my lips, it's not moving. And I also have it in the shade Flush, which is this more brown shade, deeper brown shade. I kid you not, like, these will take forever to come off. Out of all the lip liners, when I wipe them off, I'm going to show you. The Glossier are wonderful. Like, I love them. I reach for them a lot. But the one thing I will say about this, you have to work fast. You have to work fast because once they are on your lips, you don't have much time to blend them out as opposed to some other lip liner formulas I have. And then lastly, the Makeup by Mario lip pencil in the shade Mauve. I think this one, yeah, is Rich Mauve. These are the colors I reach for all the time. They're so beautiful. Like, the Glossier ones are not gonna move. Like, those are the only ones, like, I'm scrubbing. The Glossier ones, really long lasting. And for lips, the sort of lip balmy formula I've been reaching for a lot are the Edam Le Chou Chou lip softening balms. These are so beautiful. I have them in a few different shades, but these are the ones I like the most. It's the shade Boba Bounce. It's this really beautiful brown shade. And I also like the Butter Mochi shade, but that's in my purse. It's just the clear shade. Shade Fig Sauce, which is this more like berry-ish shade. And then for lipsticks, the Merit lipstick formula, unmatched. If you're someone who doesn't like lipstick, this is still going to be a lipstick that you like because it is so good. It feels like nothing. I'm wearing it right now. It's really blurring on the lips, but it feels like you're wearing nothing. This is probably my favorite lipstick formula of all time. And then recently I've been reaching for the L'Oreal lipstick in shade 800 Fairest Nude, just as a little bit of a lighter nude, but this formula is nice too. A little bit more of a satin glossy finish, whereas the Merit is more matte. Eyeshadow palettes. The eyeshadow palettes I reach for all the time and the ones that I think are the best. The Patrick Ta Beauty Major Dimensions Volume 3. No. No. No, this is literally my favorite shade. It's all over my pants. No. Well, as I was saying, that's literally the one shade I reach for out of that palette all the time. Okay, anyway, the Major Dimensions Volume 3 palette. Oh my gosh, this is going everywhere. Such a sad day. I also reach for all the time the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette. This is more of a cool toned palette, but these shades are beautiful. The shimmers in here are like butter. They're more transparent, so they lay over other shadows really beautifully. For this Morphe Matte Essentials palette, quite often I'm a very big cool toned eye look wearer, and this one just has all the cool toned shades in there. I reach for like these gray and taupe shades a lot. It's a really pretty affordable palette. And yeah, those are all of my current beauty favorites, the products that I think are the absolute best of the best so far, the ones I reach for constantly. Let me know, have you guys tried any of them? Are you eyeing any of them? If this was helpful, let me know that as well. I do hope it was. But let me know what other content you want to see. I always say I could sit here and talk about makeup for hours and hours and hours. I want my videos to be helpful, but also relaxing and fun and just like sort of just a hangout place. So let me know what content you want to see. These are my favorite beauty products. Let me know in the comments what your favorite beauty products are. If there was a product that you love that wasn't on this list, let me know. I'm always trying new beauty products, so the more recommendations I have, the merrier. Probably not the merrier for my wallet, but for me, I love trying new makeup. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next one.